We are live. We are running a little late, but the projections are done, and we're ready to break down this 11-game NBA slate. Tyler, what did you think of the games last night? You already know what I thought. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer.
Oh, I thought they were really good games. The Milwaukee game got home how we thought it was. The Knicks hung around for a little bit, and then Milwaukee was able to open it up and just keep the lead for the entire game. In the night game, I know you don't like the result, but in the end, we got both plays home. The total came in. We won that by a mile because that pace slowed down tremendously in the end. And we all knew that the refs were going to be on the Lakers' side. They get a phantom timeout call at the end of the game to make sure they win the game in advance. That's why we ended up pulling the trigger on the Lakers, because there's just so many different pathways they could have got there last night. Like, Phoenix would have had to do everything to make sure LA didn't win that game. And in the end, they let the refs decide it, and the refs made sure LeBron moved on. So we'll take that sweep 3-0. We'll move on to tonight.
Yeah, I don't want to complain anymore, but you guys know exactly how I feel about this, and it's why we make money betting the NBA, because it's just like betting the WWE. Let's dive right into tonight. The Orlando Magic are +4, Tyler. They're in Cleveland taking on the Cavaliers. How could we not look to continue backing the Magic here? Orlando 9-1 straight up in their last 10 games. They've gone over in 7 of their last 8 games. Here's one concern, though. Cleveland is 6-1 in their last 7 against Orlando. Regardless, I like the points. What are your thoughts?
I am going to stay away from the side in this one. I like your take on Orlando. If you had to pin me down to a side, I'd take Orlando. How are we not playing the under here, spread? I get it. You look at Orlando, they've went over in, would you say, 7 of their last 8 games. But you look at who they played. Brooklyn, Washington, Charlotte, Boston, Denver, Toronto, Indiana. Those are higher paced teams.
The only one that sticks out as an under team is Toronto.
Yeah, that's the only one. And that one was on a 215. The Magic put up 126 to Toronto's 107. So The Magic's offense what got him there. You look at this Cleveland team, they're going to match up well with Orlando. The buckets on the inside are going to be tough to come by on both sides. The trends heavily point towards the under when these two teams match up. 14 of the last 18 matchups have went under. 12 of the last 16 played here have went under. You just look at some of their recent scores. The last 10 average matchup scores, 105 to 102. The last 3, 114 to 101. The last time these two teams played, it was 118 to 94. I just don't see where the offense comes from in this one. I think this is a defensive battle. I love the under here. I like
the points. I mean, maybe we'll both get there. We know that taking the points always correlates with the under. You know, I got to turn the slide off real quick.
Okay. I do know one thing. When I looked at this number last night and I seen this total was sitting at 222, I believe, I thought for sure when we would do this show today that we'd be talking about a 218, a 217. I didn't think this total would be bet up to a 224, which makes me like the under even more.
All right. Yeah, I have it at 219 on the projections.
That's what I thought we'd be talking about, was like a 219 when I seen it at 222 last night at work.
Okay, great. Well, we're in agreement there on the under. What do you think? Do you want to pull the trigger there on the Magic as well, or do we just play the under and move on to the next game?
I like the under more. We'll come back to that game on both of those plays.
All right. No, the under's a play.
Okay.
We agree. The projections agree. Orlando's been fantastic defensively. Cleveland's a slower paced team. I got a question for you. Talking about pace tonight, though. This is great, and this in-season tournament just continues to get better and better. And here's why I like it tonight. All these teams are rested. We're not playing the stupid schedule deal.
Yep.
Do you think that makes more offense or less offense? Because there's arguments on both sides, and we always talk about this, and I feel like we're guessing. The idea there's more offense is the guys' legs are there, so they should be shooting jumpers better. The argument against it, their legs are there, so they're playing more defense and not let people.
I think it literally goes. I think it literally goes based on teams. Like for this matchup, for instance, I feel like you get a little bit more defense.
Okay.
In Philly, Washington, I think you're going to get more offense. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just all comes down to the games, the matchups. That's where the legs will be. And I think the legs in this one are going to be on the defensive end.
All right, Tyler. Well, obviously we started late and we got a big slate, so we're going to try and keep it quick. My guess is you have no interest in the game between the Memphis Grizzlies and the Detroit Pistons. Grizzlies are -1.5. Totals 220. The Pistons are mired in the worst losing streak in their franchise's history. They failed to get a straight-up win in the month of November. I'm fine completely staying away from these games, Tyler. You kind of okay. Our guy Don, he says, "Am I crazy to pick the Grizzlies today?" No, I mean I think if we had to pick the game, go ahead and take Memphis, right, Tyler? I mean, I don't want to take the Pistons until they prove they can win a game, unless we're catching a bunch of points.
Yeah,
my projections have this at -1.5.
I fully agree. If we had to play this game, it'd be Memphis. We got 11 games today. I'd rather just act like this game doesn't exist and turn this into a 10-game slate.
All right, the Philadelphia 76ers are -10. They're in Washington taking on the Wizards. Total is 239.5. Tyler, my game projected to the city under, and I think that it makes just makes you know that I'm not projecting totals very well right now in the way that I'm creating my numbers. I have a theory too. I think it's because we have a smaller sample size, just one or two bad games. You just won't project in the 240s. But I think this game should be projected in the 240s, Tyler. The total's gone over in Philadelphia's five of their last 6 against Washington in Washington. They've also gone over in 5 of their last 6 games. And, these teams just seem to go over when they're playing each other. What do you think here?
Yeah, I think it's an over spot. I don't want to play the over at the number because earlier in the year we were getting like 229s on this matchup. Now it's up 10 points because they blew that total out of the water that game.
Okay.
I think Philly names their score here. I think Embiid smashes like he did the first matchup. If you wanted to use the 30-plus points in the Philadelphia money line as like a little parlay piece, it's -150. If you wanted to lay that juice, I don't hate that. But I really don't like laying those juice on those performance doubles. I'd rather get plus money. So it would be a parlay piece for me there. I don't hate the Maxey ones either, like Maxey 8+ assists and they win. But Philly's team total spread 125.5. Can I interest you there? I think they get there. How do they not get there?
Yeah, I mean, I like the over here. So you're not going to talk me into any unders. And I think this is a great game to play performance double or just player props in general if you do like betting overs, because I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, I agree. Our guy Don's in the chat asking if we got any more NHL shows. Our guy JC must have been money yesterday on those hockey.
Yeah, games. He's doing well.
Love to hear it.
There will be more of those. I think he does it twice a week, but we'll we need to hype that more up on
I believe it's Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m.
I think he'll be back tomorrow morning, Don. Richie, I have not seen DK's version of Prize Picks. What's up, Clyde? Great to see you guys in the chat, and we are going to continue to break down this NBA card. The Brooklyn Nets are in Atlanta. They're taking on the Hawks. The Hawks are laying 3.5 here. The total 244. Tyler, I like the Nets here. Brooklyn's 5-1 against the spread in their last 6. They're 4-1 straight up in their last 5. Total's gone over in 13 of Atlanta's last 14 games, and also in 7 of their last 10 games. Switching over to the projections, I have this as a 1-point Atlanta win, leading me to like the 3.5. Like I said, the projections are a little bit lagging on the total, but another one I think that you play over or pass. I like the Nets. What do you think, Tyler?
Yeah, I lean the Nets. My worry here was the same worry I had when they played this exact matchup earlier in the year. What date was that? The 22nd of November. The Hawks won that game by 2. My worry that entire game was it was line 3.5. I believe we got home on that. My worry the whole time was if Brooklyn's shooting goes cold, Atlanta's going to open up a lead to where they can't catch up. They were able to hit 15 threes in that game and shoot 50% from the field. Are we counting on them to do that again? Like, that's my only worry, is their offense goes stagnant against Atlanta that can score points in bunches, and they just can't keep up.
Okay. Well, I guess my final point in this game, ATS, the Nets 14-4-1 this year. The Atlanta Hawks, the worst against the spread team in the league.
I guess it is. I guess it is one of the things. Brooklyn's been so good to us this year. Do we just continue to ride them?
Atlanta's the worst ATS 5-14 against the spread this year.
Yeah, I can be swayed into this one.
All right, let's play the Nets. We'll throw that on there. Second official play of the day. The San Antonio Spurs plus 12 in Minnesota, taking on the T-Wolves. Totals 231. Tyler, my projections like the Timberwolves here.
Oh, I mean, do we blame them? The defense is going to be there. It's a weird matchup for Victor. There's multiple bigs out there that can give him problems.
Mm-hmm.
I do not see. Well, Ant's got the Q tag, so we'd have to wait and make sure Ant's in there, because if he's not, the spread becomes about what, 9, 8.5, somewhere in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd wait for that news, but I do think Minnesota in the end wins this game, and they win it pretty handily. But 12.5 is just a little too many for me to lay.
Do we care about the total at all, or do we just cross this one off the list?
Nah, lean the over, but my worry is when Ant went out the game before for Minnesota, we talked about it, and it was like, well, they kind of go to him when their offense goes cold. When their offense goes cold, if Cat can't pick it up, they're literally just going to have to lock in on defense and slow the game down, and that's what happened. So my worry is that happens here. But it is the Spurs who play no defense.
Okay. Yeah, I like the T-Wolves minus 12, but we have a big card, and I think we have better edges on it. So let's keep it going. The Miami Heat are plus 4 in Toronto, taking on the Raptors. Total 219. Tyler, total's gone over in Miami's last 7 games. Miami 6-3 ATS in their last 9 games on the road, but Toronto is 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 against the Heat, and 4-1 ATS in their last 5 at home against Miami. Makes me like the Raptors here with the trends, Tyler. My projections have this as a 4-point game, right on the number. Slight projections to the under, but I've already talked about how my numbers are under projecting totals. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like Raptors here. I mean, Bam out, Tyler Hero still out. It's going to be Butler and the grit and grind Heat running around out there. I know they win games at times. They keep these games close, but Toronto's a weird matchup for them. Mm-hmm. A lot of these guys can defend, like the Scotty Barnes, the Pascal Siakams, the Trents, the Ananobis. Like, they're great wing defenders to slow these guys down for Miami. Miami away from home. I don't think their 3-point shot translate as well. I'm on Toronto here, spread. I think they win this game. They can win this game by double digits. It wouldn't surprise me.
All right, looks like we have another play for the sheet. So far, we have the under in the Magic. We have plus 3.5, plus 4, whatever you can get on the Nets. And we're going minus 4 on the Raptors. The Charlotte Hornets are plus 4.5 in Chicago, taking on the Bulls. Is this right, Tyler? A total of 219 for a Hornets game? What's going on?
But you got no LaMelo Ball, and their offense just kind of dies off. And you got Chicago on the other side, who one of the slowest paced teams and can't score points.
Yeah.
Why don't we make this a 9-game slate spread? Let's cross this one off, too. Do we really want money involved in this one?
I mean, I just had this one at 225. I was thinking about playing the over.
I mean, Levine's already out. It worries me. LaMelo, Levine, that's a lot of offense already gone.
Okay, let's keep it moving then. The Oklahoma City Thunder are minus 1.5. Why does everyone call them the Thunder Buddies? What's this Thunder Buddy? Is this some cartoon that happened after I was old?
No, you ever watch that movie Ted with the teddy bear?
No.
That was the thing in that movie.
Okay.
You never watched Ted? But you never watched Ted?
I don't ever watch movies. I don't watch TV shows. All right. Thunder are minus 1.5. They're in the Rockets. They're in Houston taking on the Rockets. Total 227. My lack of movie knowledge is throwing me off on my hosting here. Total's gone under in 7 of Oklahoma City's last 8 in Houston. OKC 5-0-1 against the spread in their last 6 on the road. Houston has won its last 5 games at home, so they've been a juggernaut at home, terrible on the road. They're like the Warriors last year. And the total has gone under in Houston's 5 of the last 5 games at home. So we got trends on both sides for the side, but all the trends like the under if we're going to play the total. Of course, Ime Udoka has brought a new commitment to defense there on the defensive end. I got a 219 here on a 227. Can we go under in the Thunder game?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good atmosphere game. I think it's one of the better games on the night. A lot of young talent on the floor. The Thompson twins back for Houston, it looks like. I don't see him on the injury report here. I only see Jock Landale and Tari Eason. That gives them another defender to slow down the likes of Shea. It's going to be a good game. I'd rather live bet the winner, to be honest with you. I don't want anything to do with the side, but I can be talked into the under here.
If I had to take a side, I'll take the Thunder, but I think the under is such a better edge. I'll take that and just root for no points. So looks like we could be adding another one here to the card with a second under of the night. We'll see how well it goes. At least it's not Friday. The Utah Jazz plus 11.5, and Dallas taking on the Mavericks. Totals 232.5. And Tyler, my projections say to take the Mavericks. And why not? The Jazz have been fairly poor this season. There's no Lauri Markkanen. There's no Jordan Clarkson. There's no Kelly Olynyk. I would argue those are the three best scorers. Keontae George is playing well at point guard. John Collins is John Collins, who puts up stats and doesn't help your team win. And we're going to have Omar Yurtseven starting at center for the Jazz. What do you think here, Tyler? I mean, it's Mavs or pass. Do we play it or do we pass?
We're on complete opposite sides of our guy. Perfect rotation here. He's in the chat. How do I not bet Utah here plus 11.5? I can't. There's just it's Mavs either. I get what he's saying. The Mavs either blow them out or they lose outright. I think it's like a 80-20 that they blow them out or they lose this game outright. Like I think Luka.
Yeah, Mavericks have been 9-10 against the number this season. What's Utah against the number? Utah's actually 11-9 against the number. So I guess it's something to consider here. But Dallas is 7-1 straight up in their last 8 when playing at home against Utah. I don't know if they're going to blow this one.
Yeah, I don't really think they blow this one. With Lively back too, like that gives them the center that they've. When he was out those couple games, you've seen it was like, oh, giant hole in the middle for Dallas. Like they're back to last year's team. When he's in there, he's arguably the third most important rookie of this entire class. Like if it wasn't for the two giant stick figures, one in San Antonio and one in OKC, Lively would be the best big that came out of that draft. So I know it'd be hard, but 120-1 rookie of the year doesn't sound bad, but you need injuries.
He's not getting it.
Yeah, you would need injuries big time. But I think Dallas romps them. Luka, triple-double, you want to sprinkle on that. You're getting a plus 450. His 30-plus in win, I don't hate that. You'd have to build that because they have a 35-plus in win. Or Lively, 10-plus rebounds, and they win at 2-1. I'm not scared of Yurtseven, so I think Dallas is the spot here tonight. Some revenge game, too. He used to play for the Jazz before he went back overseas. Could see the guys off the bench just shooting a bunch of extra threes at the end.
Did you just say some revenge game?
Some revenge game. Just to beat up on his former team that sent him back overseas, spread.
Okay. I don't know if I'm buying into Exum. I want to just Exum this game off the card. Can we do that?
we Exum the bad games off the card.
I don't want to bet this game. Do you?
No, but it's Dallas.
I lean the Mavericks, but I don't.
I'll probably end up betting it through like a performance double through Luka, but that's probably it, just to get the better price.
All right, Tyler, I got a play that I really like coming up in this next one. The Portland Trailblazers are plus 13 in Golden State, taking on the Warriors. I like taking the points here, Tyler, on a total of 225.5. Portland is 4-1 against their spread in their last 5 games. And this Warriors team, to me, I just don't think that they're ready to be laying this many points. I think this line was set off pedigree and past accomplishments of past seasons rather than the team that we've seen this season. If you just started watching the NBA this year, you would think that this team, has one great player and, get them some help because the supporting cast has not been there for the Warriors. Talk to me, Tyler. Are you going to join me in taking this plus 13?
I don't think so.
Oh,
This just lines up as like the This is like the quote unquote, this is too many points. We have to take the dog. Midnight tonight, they're down by 35 in the third, and it's like,
yeah, but okay, and that could happen, right? This always happens when you play these big spreads. You have the chance to get embarrassed.
I mean, do I need
but
to
really? What about the Warriors? Really makes you think that they can win by margin right now?
I mean, I know
these. Think Draymond Green's going to be hyped up to play against freaking Portland?
I don't, but Portland can't shoot. That's the biggest thing. If Golden State,
okay, how about this? Take out that early season thing. Let's look at their last games. All right, they haven't been doing that bad. Okay, so in their last 5, they're 3-2. They got a win in Cleveland. They beat the Pacers and they beat the Jazz at home. They lost by 6 to the Bucks on a 13-point spread, and they lost in Utah, which kind of sucked.
I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk me into this one. We've been hot. It makes sense. Biggest worry is they were 17-point dogs the last time we played Golden State, and they lost by 56.
When was that? Was that this season?
That was last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
for example, the Warriors didn't even blow out the Spurs. They won by 6 against the Spurs on a 10-point spread.
Yeah, we'll pull the trigger on them. Right, you can this could be your deal with it playing. I'll pull the trigger. I'll trust spread here.
I like the last game as well. Here, Tyler. The Denver Nuggets are plus 1.5 in LA, taking on the Clippers. The total is 227.5. I love the Nuggets here. They always do well against the Clippers. They've won their last 5 games against the Clippers, and they're 9-1 in their last 10 in Los Angeles against the Clippers. This is a terrible matchup. They have nobody to stop Jokic, and you have all these sweet wing defenders, and it doesn't really matter because Denver doesn't run their team through the wings like most teams do. I think it's a great matchup for Murray. The only other consideration here is the under. 7 of the last 8 in Los Angeles have gone under here. 227.5. I love the Nuggets. I lean the under. Your thoughts?
Give me Nuggets. Stay away from total because these games tend to play close, and I feel like we might see overtime. I mean, look at last night's spread. We said it with the under and the
Lakers. The hedge.
It was like the hedge was playing the overtime bet, and we were a phantom timeout call away from meeting that overtime hedge. So I don't even want to mess with the total in this one. I just want Denver, and I'll play the performance double. How often are you going to see Jokic double and win listed at plus 110? That's a free click of a button, and his triple double and win at plus 280 will also be clicked.
All right, I'm clicking all these up right now, Tyler. So just to reconfirm, we took the under with the Magic. We took the Nets plus 3.5. We took the Raptors -4. We took the under in the Rockets and the Thunder. We took plus 13 with the Blazers. We're on the Nuggets, and I'm betting the under here too in this game. You said that's not an official play. I'm also betting the Magic +4.
Cool. I like it.
Is that one official or no?
Yeah, we can pull the trigger on the Magic. They've been really good this year. I'm down the back a really good young team.
Okay. Well, there you have it. Guys, late start, but we were efficient once again today. I don't even want to see how much I'm betting right now. I hate these huge days. Seeing all this money fly out of your account. Oh, man. There we have it, Tyler. As I'm placing all these bets, why don't you give your people the best bet of the day? Don asked, what would be the best bet for tonight? Don, you've been here long enough. You know that we're going to do that at the end of the show. So, Tyler, help Don out. Damn, I'm risking 4,000.
Yeah, my best bet of the day is going to be the first one I talked about, the under in the Orlando Cavs game. I think that number is too high. I think that should be in the 217 to 219 range. We're getting a 224. Give me that under. And if you want a performance double at plus money, the Jokic double and win at plus 110.
All right. Now I got to line all those up again because I was logged out.
Love it. Gotta love it.
I don't know how I forgot that. So my best bet. So we got +4 under here. We took the Nets. We're taking the Raptors. That Thunder line dropped on me. All right, gosh, Tyler, who should my best bet be? Should it be the Nuggets or the Trailblazers?
Blazers.
All right, Trailblazers plus 13. Let's have some fun. That is it for us today. Boy, we did pretty good for a quick show, but Tyler, you know what? We're just kind of dialed in.
Yep. There's no need to
overtalk. Without me ranting about how much last night pissed me off, it made the show a lot better, I think.
Yep.
Nobody needs to hear me complain anymore.
Yeah, we don't need to overthink the games either, dig too deep into them, because then we just get too far off of where we need to be. Just lock in on the game, get the projections done, talk about them for a split second, decide where we're at, and move on to the next one.
Right. Well, there you have it. And I'm going to have a lot of money outlaid tonight, so it could be nerve-wracking for me here. But we will see how it turns out. Tyler, we will be back tomorrow with Meg on the FanSpeak channel, and we'll be doing that 3 Eastern. And then are we doing NBA after that?
Yes.
On this channel?
Yes, I believe so. Unless we wanted to just combine it and bang out those last, because there's two NBA games tomorrow, or do we have 4?
We have 2.
Maybe.
No, let's do it on here.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll come back over here and do one quick show.
What do you think? Like 4:30?
Somewhere in there, yep, 4:30.
Clyde's trying to work me up. You can't honestly think the Suns got screwed. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they definitely got screwed, but
unbelievable.
I won money on it.
If you want to argue, you can say that wasn't the reason they lost the game, and I'll accept that. Right? They have plenty of opportunities. It doesn't always come down to one call. They got off to a horrible start. How many turnovers did they have in the first quarter?
13 or something like that.
Right? And then the deal with the Suns, you are riling me up, Clyde. The deal with the Suns is that Beal trade destroyed their depth, and we talked about why we want to fade them in these games, Tyler, and I mentioned it yesterday. KD's exhausted by the end of the game. He's not juiced up like LeBron.
Oh,
and don't get me started on how baseball fans hate Barry Bonds, but basketball fans love LeBron James. Like, what's the freaking difference?
All right, let's wrap this up before your blood pressure gets too high.
Take us out of here, Tyler.
All right, yep. Come back tomorrow and check us out on FanSpeak tomorrow for the NFL show. We'll have the winners for you.